Hey everybody, welcome to Shifting Gears. This is Clutch. Today I have with me MLG Wiggin and Nerski Wiggin, one of the StarCraft 2 refs, and Nerski, one of the StarCraft 2 community casters that we had in Orlando. But right now he looks like Lady Gaga, having fun with his webcam tools. All right. Well, tonight we're going to talk about the digital age, the new digital age. I mean, we've been hearing about this term since we were like in kindergarten, talking about, you can have cable television and stuff like that, and now satellites and now the internet, and how it is really changing the game as far as distribution, as far as producing content. I mean, look at us. This is MLG, man. We have, kind of like our own network going on right now, and it's being broadcasted over twitch.tv. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and also I wanted to reflect some of the comments that DJ Wheat made at NASL regarding the death of television. And we're also going to talk about MMOs, and Nerski's apparently trying to dig for something. Looks like you found it. Cool. Okay. So, we're close to the holiday season, gentlemen. We see a lot of sales going on, and the video game genre, it's not like it was when I was a kid, honestly. Games are released, you pick them up at midnight, you pick them up the next day. I don't know anybody that went and grabbed a video game and is going to wrap it up and put it under a tree. It's something that seems like a lot more immediate. Maybe it's because we're older now and we're not kids waiting for our parents to give us gifts. But it seems that the holiday season, the holiday buying guide, if you haven't purchased these games when they've been released, and you're kind of missing the bandwagon a bit. I don't know. What do you guys think? What about you, Wiggin? Is there any games that you were waiting for the holiday season to get from anybody, or do you have everything you need?
I mean, I've got StarCraft, and then the Old Republic's coming out soon, so what else do I need?
Yeah, what else do you need, right?
I mean, there's a bunch of single-player games that I'd like, I guess, that I wouldn't mind waiting for, like, Christmas if they came out earlier. Like an Assassin's Creed or, like, a Mass Effect, even though it's not coming out yet. Yeah, sure. Single-player, why not wait, put it under the tree? It'd be a nice thing to unwrap. But for a multiplayer game these days, everything is, like, level-based and things like that. Even Call of Duty, if you want to get to that prestige or whatever. If you wait, if it comes out and then you wait till Christmas, you're going to be behind people, and people don't like that. So.
Yeah, it's kind of true. What about you, Nerski?
I pretty much have everything set up that I want for the holidays, to be honest. I mean, I'm one of those people who are kind of hard to buy gifts for because I'll go buy it myself before the holidays even actually show up. So, like, for instance, Star Wars The Old Republic, obviously a game I'm planning on checking out, and I've already got my pre-order for it and all that, so... it's basically like the game I wanted, and I mean, who really waits nowadays? Like a game, when it's coming out, and it just makes more sense to just get it in advance. I think like the whole buy it and put it under a tree thing works for like maybe some of the younger kids and stuff, because maybe they're willing to wait a little bit more because they can't just go out and buy it yourself. But as soon as you got a job, I mean, who actually waits anymore these days?
Yeah, and it's video games as gifts. It's nice, but it seems like other things are more appropriate for gifts from family. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody asks me, hey, what do you want for Christmas? I'm not going to say, I want Star Wars The Old Republic, because I've already pre-ordered it. Like, I am getting that. I'm not waiting on somebody else's whim to get that for me. Now, if it was a nice sweater or a good pair of jeans, that's a nice surprise. But it just feels like when it comes to electronics now, but especially video games, it's much more of a personal purchase. So it wasn't like that back in the day. Somebody would go pick up a Nintendo game for you and get it for Christmas and go, oh, this is awesome. I haven't heard of this game before because there wasn't anything called the internet with reviews of these different games. So, yeah, it's different now. But that was just kind of my take and understanding, Christmas or the holidays that are coming around, and the gift-giving sense of giving video games as gifts.
There's a lot of things around video games you can still give as gifts, like a keyboard, a mouse.
That's true.
That's very true. The peripheral hardware and stuff.
Yeah, any peripherals, new headphones, that new SteelSeries keyboard or whatever.
Yeah?
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I could definitely use a
your
new mouse
Xbox.
right now.
Yeah, especially you.
Well, it's funny.
Goes up and down.
It's funny when you try to describe these things to your grandparents. And I remember, I think I wanted... I forgot what shooter it was, but I wanted a copy of it for Christmas, and my grandma was going to get it for me, and she said, it was rated mature, so I got you The Sims. And I went, yeah, thanks, Grandma. Thanks. But I digress. Christmas is fantastic. Love it. Love the time with family. But this brings into my next point of the new digital age. And as far as physical copies of video games and how the availability of streaming large amounts of data over the internet with bandwidth, high bandwidth, is now we can get these video games or download these video games that we usually would install with a DVD or a CD straight over the internet via download. For example, there was a guy on Reddit that posted, and he had purchased a copy of Battlefield 3 to be delivered in the mail. All right. He opens up the package, takes out the paper, and there's no disc, there's no box. It's just a piece of paper from EA with the Battlefield 3 logo on it with a code to put in Origin to download the game. And he was confused, which is why he posted on Reddit. Now,
you think you had to pay shipping for that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man. Which
shipping
is
for a code.
That sucks, man. That sucks. I would. I mean, obviously he complained about it. Or he put it up on Reddit for people to hear about it. But something like that, why wait? One, two, why buy or pay for the shipping? And then you have the issue of it being lost in the mail, which happened to me. Thank you, UPS. Of my 2 BlizzCon posters I bought. They haven't found them yet. Anyway. So, now, do you guys think that the PC format, as far as distribution, is going to switch completely into digital, maybe in 2012 or 2013? Are they still going to have the overhead costs and the manufacturing costs of the physical boxes and the physical CDs? Starting with you, Nerski.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, in these days, I mean, how really useful is the box? I mean, like, if you get, like, a collector's edition of a game or something like that, where you got, like, little figurines or art books, stuff like, that's useful stuff to have a box for. But if you're just selling the game itself, I mean, what real use is the CD? I mean, really, you need the key to play the game. You don't need the physical CD. Every game's available for download. For the most part in the United States, you have fast enough internet just about anywhere to download a game in a reasonable amount of time to use your code. So, I mean, and everybody knows the instruction books with games are just absolutely, utterly useless, have been for years.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, you don't need the instruction book. You don't really need the CD. I mean, I don't even know where half my CDs are. Most of my games, I've downloaded them online. Like, I'll have them all. I have my library on Steam. A lot of games I've bought through Steam. Mm-hmm. Now, they've got Origin out for a lot of the EA titles where your games are there. I wish they were all in one place, but that's a different discussion altogether.
Origin. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, the long story short is, do you really even need that CD? I mean, I think you'd be better off, like, if you want a collector's edition, sell the collector's edition with all the swag inside and just that little CD key. Now, should somebody pay shipping and handling if they buy the game? Well, obviously, I don't think they should, but it's just so easy to download game these days. I think the only people it really suck for is the people where there's still some areas where you can't really have good internet, and those people would suffer switching completely to digital.
Yeah, it's very true. Or even military personnel who get those games when they buy them physically and are only able to play it on their ships. You know, they don't have internet access a lot of times when they are deployed. But this goes into the electronic stores themselves and almost the lobbying power behind them to make sure that these manufacturers of the CDs and the box art or the collector's edition still happen. Because with the physical copies of these games, the availability for the games to be returned or credits to happen to the games for, a 30% mark off or whatnot still keeps these different electronic stores alive. However, that doesn't apply to PC games. They're not going to take back PC games because of that code. And once you have that code or once you open that box, they're like, this copy is not valid anymore because, yes, the CD key's in there. Yes, all the box art's in there. But since the box has been opened, somebody could have used that code to activate the game, and therefore it's null and void. Which sucks, but that's how it is now. And I don't know anybody that rents games anymore. Everybody either buys or they'll play a demo that they can download. That's it. So I remember back in the day, people would go to Blockbuster to rent a video game for 5 days or something. And of course, there's always console. So So
I guess nowadays they have like GameFly and stuff if you actually want to rent games. And I don't actually know anybody who uses that. But somebody must. I mean.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to afford commercials if nobody was just renting through them. But.
And investors, man, investors. I use GameFly. I had rented Spider-Man, I believe it was 2, and Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. This is for the PlayStation 2. And I played through Spider-Man. I really enjoyed it, but Prince of Persia, I don't think I even put the disc in the tray of my PS2. And GameFly said, hey, you get to keep the game as long as you want until you send it back. If you want to keep the game forever, all you have to do is pay $14. And I think I had played Red Dead Revolver through GameFly as well. So anyways, I forgot that I'd had these games, or I'd remember like, hey, I need to send them back, but I never did. And they contacted me and said, okay, we're going to charge your card the amount of purchasing these games, which is $14, $16, $20 or whatever, because you haven't sent them back. And I went, whoa. You said I could have this for as long as I want. I'm like, well, it's been 4 months, la-da-da. And so I was like, I see. There's the fine print. Anyway,
yeah,
it's only going to work for console games, honestly, for rents. And there's a couple games sometimes like seems like I'd be interested to play that, but I'm not going to finish it in 5 days. So it's changed. Times have really changed, man. Going back, even 5-7 years ago of the rentable style and everything you had to purchase to now most of the things are online. For consoles, though, you still have to have the physical copies, and I believe that's where most of the money's coming through. The GameStops and the Best Buys are for console titles.
Yeah, there's a reason you don't see a lot of PC games in a GameStop,
Yeah, that's very true. They have a very small rack on the bottom of the floor next to the bathroom. That's where all the PC games are. They still sell Diablo 2 there, though, and Battlefield, or not Battlefield, but the StarCraft 2 or StarCraft 1 Battle Chest with Brood War and the Prima Guide. But they still have StarCraft 2 there as well. No collector's editions, though. Those are totally sold out. But it's very true. Not a lot of PC games there, but we have the wonderful distribution networks of the internet to get these kind of games. So I did buy Battlefield 3 physically because I could pick it up at midnight, and I thought it'd be easier to have it there to install it physically instead of everybody trying to download it. But now with the pre-downloads you can have for different games, you have like 90% of the game ready to go, and once it hits midnight Eastern time where I live, boom, the server is able to download the rest of the game or activate it or whatever it does, and it's available. However, it's going to be a little bit different for Star Wars: The Old Republic because I technically have the entire game already on my computer. I just have to wait for the validation date, but those who pre-ordered get... good for me! Those who already pre-ordered it get not instant access, but early access. Early access.
Yeah, 13th it starts.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have finals this week, so let's...
Same here. Yeah, I'm like, oh, crap, it's the day before the last final.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Man, glad I'm done with that stuff.
Yeah, good, good for you, Wiggin. Yay, double school, righty-do. I'll be done in May. We're done in May. Sorry, man. No, I'm proud of you. It's good. I'll be there. Be there and hopefully working for MLG full-time once I graduate. Hopefully. So... Now, this brings me to my next point with this new digital age, is somebody posed a question at the NASL during Live on 3, and the question was, would Twitch.tv ever be on television? Or I'm paraphrasing, of course, and DJ Wheat said no, and he answered it in a very cool way because I completely agree with him. It's that television is dying. And it's because of the accessibility and the availability of the internet. Honestly, guys, our personal lives and our work lives are busier than they were 20 years ago as an American population. And because of that, we're not home at 5:30 to watch these shows. We are we're doing other things with our time. We're in school, all sorts of things. And also, the amount of programming that's available is astronomical now compared to what it was 20 years ago. And so with all that different content being pumped and all this different marketing being pumped to show off this different content and all of these crap shows that keep coming on network television that are canceled after 13 episodes or less, there is this vacuum, sort of good quality content that people want to watch. It doesn't have to be huge and mind-blowingly special effects eye-gougingly crazy as far as action or suspense, but it's something that connects to a community, maybe even a niche community, where it's small enough to have,